It's not Frank's. Frank's goodies, is it? Okay.
You ready? I want to welcome everybody to the December 18th call meeting. And fish time 6 o'clock. Everybody had a turn. I need to approve an agenda. We have a second?
May I interrupt?
Oh, yes. Oh, we got an addition.
Amend the agenda to amend the term for Geraldine Hogan on the Tax Assessor Board to January 1, 2019 through December 31st, 2024. Instead of ending December 31st, 2023, Ms. Hogan was reappointed on October 16, 2018. Her term ending date should be December 31st, 2024, so I need a vote on it.
All right. That said, we have a motion to approve the agenda in a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Tonight, I'll start off with an invocation and pledge, and then we'll go on to the meeting. Let us pray. Dear Lord, you bless us in so many ways. You bless us with all the people in this room. You bless us with a laughter when you hear a young child. You bless us with a sorrow of eternal life when somebody loses their life and loved one. Dear Lord, we can't ask you enough for all the thanks that you can't thank you enough for all the blessings you give us. But this time we ask for you give us the knowledge and wisdom to make the right decisions on behalf of this county and everything we're doing every day. And thank you so much and all you do for us. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Ms. Tyson, we want to welcome you in filling in for Mr. Childs tonight because he had family obligations he had already committed to. But first on the agenda, we had the request to amend the agenda for Ms. Geraldine Hogan to change the ending date. If there's any questions on that? If none, I need a motion to for the amendment.
So moved, sir.
All right, we have a second.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. New business. We'll move on to River North Sewer. Jeffrey and Mr. Ingram, we have an issue with River North at this time.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Last week at this time, we had multiple issues take place concerning the sewer system in River North. And if you have your paper with you this evening from Piles, the bid, I'll go through that real quick. The first item is the gravity sewer line that runs between Eagle and Wilmington Lift Station. That particular line is heavily, it has a lot of trees that's on top of the line next to the manholes, and we believe that root intrusion has taken place in that line, and it's caused multiple blockages, and the people on that line have really had to deal with some serious sewer issues in the past year or so. And then it happened again last Friday night, and it was very, very difficult to clear that line because of the roots, and they were just pulling just gobs and gobs of roots off the line. So the line needs to be replaced. It really does. I don't think it needs to be repaired. I think it needs to be replaced, and to give these people some relief, because it's just going to happen again. The trees are very large, and they need to be totally removed off that line, and we suggest to replace the line in the same trench. That way we don't have a rock issue. We'll just remove the old line and lay it into the same trench. That way we won't have to deal with rock. So that's issue number one. Number two is the gravity line that's sitting in the creek. This is what I had approached the board on previous. It's become worse. The erosion issue has become worse. I think there's probably a good 30 foot of it now that's totally exposed. And it's just an accident waiting to happen. It really is. And we're just fortunate that nothing has happened yet. So that's an issue that we would like to take it out of the creek, install manholes to get it out of the creek and safely diverted out of that area. And the next one is the River Point, the old lift station that is remaining in River North. The discharge line has cracked. It has two bands on it now from previous repairs, and we are going to need to repair that. We did a visual on it, you know, as far as we can see, you can see where the bands are, but we don't know if there's damage beyond that previous repair. It could be, but so that lift station is just non-functional. So what we did, we brought the portable diesel pump down there, and that's taking care of that while we have that station down. We went ahead and we rebuilt the mowers, put new seals on the mowers while we had it out. So it's just a matter of, you know, fixing that discharge line. So out of the three, that's, you know, the least, the easiest to fix. The others are a little bit more difficult and more costly. So I'm just approaching the board with the numbers.
Jeffrey, what size is the line equal to Wimbledon?
What size is it?
Uh-huh.
The 8-inch line.
And what about the #1 Gravity Creek crossing?
What size?
Crossing the creek.
Is that 8-inch too?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I think that's an 8-inch also.
And if you take it out of the creek, I mean, how would you cross the creek?
Well, it would be diverted away from the creek, you know, with the manholes.
Reroute.
Yeah, we're going to reroute it, get it out of the creek, because it's going to continue to erode if we just leave it in there. So we just want to safely reroute it.
I'm surprised. I've been there on that
Yeah.
location. I'm surprised we haven't lost it at this point with all this rain and all, because I mean it's just out there. No,
It's out there, and it's gotten worse since you've seen it.
And where we've got the discharge pipe problem, that's in the lift station, right?
It's in the lift station on the bottom of the wet well, and that's the old original. That's the old unit that is still remaining there. Yes.
And Tim, if you don't mind, would you update the board on what we have tried to do in the past with that and what's been going on with it?
In the River North project, we replaced 8 of the 9 lift stations that was there. That lift station appears to be on a 4-foot diameter piece of concrete pipe. It doesn't even look like a regular wet well. Just pour the top on it, pour the bottom on. To expand that station or move it, we needed property from Mr. Vernon Red. He was at odds with the condominium association. They wouldn't give him what he wanted. He wouldn't give us property. Really, the only way to do anything with the station, to repair it, is to condemn and take what we need. The station that was bought for there, is sitting in Sun Valley. We were able to move it over to Sun Valley and use it, because we couldn't use it at River North, at the condominiums.
And every effort was made, as far as we know, to work with Mr. Red or get him to work with us.
Yes, golly, this probably went on 6 months. We went back and forth with him 4 or 5 times, and it boiled down to, he was wanting to develop a plan for the property behind the condominiums. Had to have access through the parking lot. They told him no, he told us no. Let's go where it ended.
how long has that been? Yeah, that's my question. How long has it been since we had contact with Mr. Red?
Probably 2016, maybe early 20, yeah, it's probably 2016, because we finished that project at the end of 16.
How much additional area are we needing?
Probably at least a 30 by 30 or 40 by 40.
You and Frank met with him out there, didn't you?
Freddie talked to him
Right.
several times. We went round and round trying to work something out. I went to a couple of different condominium homeowner association meetings, and they don't want the extra traffic through the parking lot on their roads. For him, getting the larger station also gives him capacity to do whatever he wants to do.
we make one more attempt to contact him and negotiate with him, and if that attempt fails, we'll have to go forward, because I mean, we cannot sit there and put the, I mean, this isn't something we can just keep putting off. It's got to be done.
I agree.
It's worth a try.
Who you want to make the contact? I mean, I don't have no problem calling.
Okay.
I work miracles here this week. Somebody else. You never can tell. Maybe I can do it one more time. I mean, I really don't have no problem talking to him, introduce myself, see if there's something we can work out. Just a new face.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Okay. We'll make it happen. Give me a contact. I'll arrange an appointment with him.
Okay.
All right.
And I know under normal circumstances, we would go take this out to a bidding process. But with the urgency in some of these, I just, working with Levita and Tim, I suggest maybe we take it out of the new construction account that I have and get the ball rolling on this and get these. We're very fortunate we haven't had a spill, but that we're on an edge. And that's, you know, I just don't want anything to happen. And so the urgency of this to get it done is heavy on me.
Sure.
So
The trees, are they on the right of way that we can take them off without?
Yeah.
The issue there is we're gonna have to get Macon Water Authority to let us have access from the reservoir side, because you're not gonna get up through those people's yards with track hay.
Right.
There's some 10, 12, there's probably a couple of 30-inch pine trees. I mean, there's some large stuff that's gotta come out. And the bad thing about Eagle to Wimbledon and number one gravity, if there's a spill, if one happens, it flows straight into a creek and goes straight into the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
So the water authority should be amenable to
I would,
allowing us.
we expect them to be. There's a good location there at the Eagle to Wimbledon before you cross the creek. It's a flat area, we should be able to unload it.
What kind of value do we have in the trees to offset some of the cost?
No, I can tell you that right now. With the timber business like it is, it'd be nice.
You said 28, 30-inch trees now.
Yeah, but how many? 4 or 5?
Probably 10, 12.
Oh,
at
Still.
most.
No, don't. I mean, it'd be great, but it don't happen. Maybe get somebody to come get them out of the way after you cut them down. You know.
I don't know, but I'm like, one of the manholes, the way we find it, you walk to the triple tree, it's right underneath it. I mean, just sitting there up on the line.
so if you take the triple tree out, we got a problem.
Manhole's probably gonna collapse, and we're probably gonna tear the line out of the ground when we pull it up.
That's where future maintenance on right of ways will be.
yes,
A cost savings to the county.
yes. Well, that's what we did on the Whitaker sewer flume. We cleared it and to enough where we purchased a brush hog, and we just a couple times a year we just keep it cut and where that stuff won't grow.
That was gonna be my question. What kind of maintenance are we gonna keep up on it so we don't have this problem 20 years from now, 10, 20 years from now?
Yeah, so we purchased a brush hog just for this purpose, and a couple times a year we can keep it down.
And Levita, you got this covered?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tim, do we have enough right of way to do all this work? Clearing?
We probably have talked to River North Homeowner Association and get a little extra. Cause it appears the gravity line's in the green area behind the lots. I don't think that'll be an issue. And Jeffrey had mentioned this, the issue, when this is corrected, this is one of the areas we're getting rags at. We've already destroyed a pump. We destroyed the second one about 3 or 4 weeks ago from cavitation. It just finally come apart. We're looking for an annual bar screen to catch these rags, try to keep them at the pump station. The roots, as bad as they are, at least they do catch the rags. And when we pull the blockages out, we pull them out by handfuls. But that's something else we're looking at, trying to find something.
Any questions from the board?
Any other thoughts on how to determine the source of the rags?
I think we know exactly where they're coming from.
Well, then that needs to be the next thing is putting a stop to it.
I think we've got, it's narrowed down to 4 houses, I'd say really narrowed down to 1.
Wow.
Can you put a screen at that one?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to fix, get one of those manholes right in that area. Stick a small manual screen right in the manhole and just, once a day, just clean it off.
So do you just feel like they're just intentionally just doing it?
I'm gonna say it's probably some kind of disposable light.
Okay, got it.
Just get
Yeah,
flushed.
got it.
And there's so many roots.
Right.
When you get a heavy rain, they break loose.
Um,
We pull out, like this, and they just rags tangle up, and they get grease in them. And
yeah.
it's like a rope.
Yeah, it turns into like a rope. Then it gets caught in the impellers of the pump.
This has been going on about 8 or 9 years. It's
Them babies ought to be grown by now. 8 or 9 years.
But it wreaks havoc on the farms.
Well,
I really think we need to stress that more too, about how to, if we can determine where it's coming from, fix that problem too, because I don't think it's fair to the rest of the taxpayers or the residents over there to have to pay for one source of the problem.
sure. Well, I entertain a motion at this time.
Well, Mr. Chairman, before we do, I'm gonna ask Tim and Jeffrey and Jason, if, for the record, is this an emergency? Just for the record.
I would say so, because I think a couple of those houses could end up with sewer in their house at Christmas. Because it is, you're looking at a manhole that's 12 foot deep, 13 foot deep, and they've been full several times. When they were working on last Friday night, Jeffrey had guys out there and Watson out there, and Christmas party going on, and they're out in the backyard unstopping sewer line.
Don't misunderstand me, I believe it is, but if we're not gonna bid it, then it has to be an emergency.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
I understand.
And that's from both a local purchasing ordinance standpoint and there's a state law too that kicks in when you get above $100,000. The Public Works Construction Law would typically capture something like this, and it says that you have to bid these things out. But there is a provision there that says in the case of an emergency you can move forward without bidding. But it does say that the minutes need to state the exact nature of the emergency that we're dealing with. So maybe in your whoever makes the motion, we certainly want to state in there the nature of the emergency, both for local ordinance purposes and for state law purposes.
I think the fact that we've had crews out there after hours with a sewer spill in people's yard is a public safety hazard that we need to address as an emergency immediately.
And the possibility that it can contaminate that reservoir.
Yeah.
Make the motion, is district here.
Yeah, so it is. So we're gonna move for all of these to come out of the construction account, and we got
New construction savings.
new construction savings. Let me get that right. All right, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move forward with the 3 projects listed here through new construction savings account based on an emergency situation due to public safety and public health.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
One more question, when do you think work can begin on it?
Well, we give them okay. They can probably start. You think, Tim, after
I say probably one day next week.
after
Or
Christmas?
after
Yeah.
Christmas.
Give me that number and I'll make that other contact. Try just want to try a new face.
Okay.
All right. All right, animal service, position's been put on hold to the first, meeting in January. Jail expansion design, Ms. Risner, is that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Kitchens and I met with the sheriff and the architect, Liz Hudson from Precision Planning Thursday of last week, and discussed the proposal and specifically the fee there. So I think everyone will recall that there's been some discussion here and there about also enlarging the small courtroom that's at the jail now. And the scope of the jail expansion project had not included that. And so in talking with the architect, they said if we could expand the project, the design piece of it to include that, that they would agree to lower their fee to 7.5%, which is on par with what we're paying for the library and closer to what we talked about here before. So and they've also gone back to a not to exceed amount. So it's a not to exceed 225, I believe, is the number, which is 7.5% of $3 million, which that's the estimated construction cost when you add in the courtroom expansion piece of it. And so I'll turn it over to Commissioner Kitchens. Any additional thoughts there?
He said it all. And I agree that those design plans are ours. So if we decide to do the courtroom now, great. If we decide to push it out and kind of run it in conjunction with something we may or may not do with the courthouse project, then we still have those designs already on file. So, and those are ours. So I think it got us more in line with industry standards. And I'm good with it.
That's great. Any more discussion or questions? None, I'll entertain a motion.
So, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we adopt the amended proposal for professional design services on the jail addition and renovation.
All right, I have a motion. I have a second.
Second.
Second. No more discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right. Department heads, anything else, Mr. Risner? I mean, I was thinking Mr. Risner. Mr. Pelkey? All right, Mr. Risner?
No, sir. I'll hear it.
Citizen comments. Any citizens like to come forward tonight? Everybody can be quiet. We're not going to sing any Christmas carols or anything while we're here. Well, let's try. Mr. Pitts, you want to start off tonight?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Please be safe and just enjoy this time with family and friends. And want to welcome Miss Ashley, a part of our team.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Mr. Kitchen?
Ditto. Welcome, Ashley, in our first day here.
Well, I'm still Frank today.
Yes, you're Frank today. Her first unofficial. Unofficial day. But yeah, same thing. Merry Christmas to everybody. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your loved ones, and be safe.
Commissioner Robinson?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To everybody.
Ms. Brody, would you like to say anything? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just want to make sure.
I have nothing to add.
Okay, thank you very much.
I know that's what Frank would say, so.
And nothing to add. Well, we've made it in 24 minutes, Commissioner Pitts. I need your help.
So, Mr. Chairman, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, all.
Merry Christmas. All right. That's how you get it done.
24-minute first meeting.
I know. I'm a good luck charm.
Oh, yeah.